Welcome back to the English Daily Podcast. I am Anna, and today we are talking about decision fatigue. In simple words, decision fatigue means the mental tiredness that comes after making many choices. You choose what to wear, what to eat, which message to answer first, how to spend money, and what task to do next. Each choice seems small, but together they can drain your energy. Jake, have you ever noticed that after a long day of making decisions, even an easy question can feel difficult?
Definitely. Sometimes at the end of the day, if someone asks me what I want for dinner, my mind feels blank. I am not really confused about food. I am just tired of choosing. That is a great example of decision fatigue. The word fatigue means extreme tiredness. We often use it for the body, but we can also use it for the mind. For English learners, this is a useful phrase: my brain is tired from making too many decisions. Today we can explain why this happens and what listeners can do about it.
Let us start with the basic idea. Our brains have limited attention and limited self-control during the day. When we use mental energy again and again, the quality of our decisions can become weaker. A person may become impatient, careless, or avoid making a choice at all. That last part is important. Decision fatigue does not only mean making bad choices. It can also mean delaying a choice or picking the easiest option without thinking carefully. A useful vocabulary word here is avoid. Avoid means to stay away from something or not do it.
And this happens in very ordinary situations. Imagine you open a shopping app and see hundreds of products. At first you compare prices and read reviews. After a while, you may stop comparing and just buy something random, or close the app and buy nothing. Another example is work. If you spend all morning answering emails and solving little problems, you might have less energy for an important project in the afternoon. Your mental energy has already been spent.
There is also a strong connection between decision fatigue and habits. Habits are actions we do regularly with little conscious thought. If you always prepare the same simple breakfast, you do not need to decide from zero every morning. That saves mental energy for other things. This is why some people repeat parts of their routine. It is not because they lack creativity. It is because they want to protect their attention. A useful expression here is save mental energy.
That point is especially helpful for busy adults. Sometimes people think freedom means having as many choices as possible. But too many choices can create stress. Stress means pressure or tension. When we have too many options, we may worry about choosing the wrong one. Then we spend even more energy comparing possibilities. This is often called overthinking. To overthink means to think about something too much, often in an unhelpful way. Instead of feeling free, we feel trapped by all the options.
Let us talk about signs, because people often experience decision fatigue without noticing it. One sign is procrastination. Procrastination means delaying something that should be done. Another sign is impulsive behavior. Impulsive means acting quickly without enough thought. For example, after a long stressful day, a person may order expensive food or say yes to something without checking their schedule. A third sign is irritability. Irritability means becoming annoyed very easily. If a simple question feels unbearable, decision fatigue may be part of the reason.
I would add one more sign: default behavior. A default choice is the automatic option, the thing that happens if you do not actively change it. For example, if a website already selects the most expensive plan, a tired person may accept it without comparing other plans. Default choices are not always bad, but they can be risky when we stop paying attention. That is why it helps to create good defaults before we become tired.
Now let us move to practical tips. Tip number 1 is to make important decisions earlier in the day if possible. Many people have more mental clarity in the morning. Clarity means clearness, the ability to think in a focused way. If you need to write, study, have a serious conversation, or plan your budget, try to do it before your energy drops. The key is to match important decisions with your strongest mental hours.
Tip number 2 is to reduce unnecessary choices. This does not mean making life boring. It means noticing which choices do not deserve so much attention. For example, you can plan a few simple dinners for the week, Keep a short list of favorite work outfits, or decide in advance when you will exercise. The phrase in advance means before something happens. If you decide in advance, you remove pressure from your future self.
Tip number 3 is to build routines for repeated tasks. A routine is a sequence of actions that happens regularly in the same way. Routines are powerful because they reduce friction. Friction here means small difficulty or resistance that slows you down. If your bag is always packed the night before, mornings become easier. English learners can create routines too. For example, you might review vocabulary on the train and listen to English for 10 minutes before bed.
Tip number 4 is to limit multitasking. Many people feel productive when they do several things at once, but often they are just switching quickly between tasks. Task switching costs energy. Your brain has to stop one process and start another again and again. That can increase mental fatigue. A useful phrase is single tasking. Single tasking means focusing on one task at a time. Calm systems often lead to better decisions.
Tip number 5 is to create a pause before important decisions. A pause can protect you from emotional choices. If you are angry, rushed, or exhausted, delay the decision when possible. You can say, "I need a little time to think about this." That sentence is polite, practical, and useful in English. Even a short break helps. Drink water, walk for 5 minutes, or take a few slow breaths. Reset means to return something to a better starting condition.
Environment matters too. Environment means the situation and surroundings around you. If your phone is full of notifications, your desk is messy, and many tabs are open on your computer, your brain receives many tiny requests for attention. Those requests feel small, but together they are exhausting. One practical strategy is to design your environment for easy decisions. Put healthy snacks where you can see them. Keep your study materials ready. Turn off unnecessary alerts. Use a shopping list before entering a store.
That connects nicely to language learning. Decision fatigue can hurt study habits too. Some learners waste 20 minutes deciding what to study, which app to use, or whether to start at all. Then they feel guilty because they did not learn much. A better approach is to prepare a small study menu. A menu here means a simple list of options, not only food. For example, option 1 could be vocabulary review, option 2 could be shadowing a short audio, and option 3 could be reading one page.
And keeping the menu short is important. If you have 20 study options, you may feel overwhelmed. If you have 3, starting becomes easier. This teaches an important lesson: making action easier is often more effective than waiting for motivation. Motivation is the desire to do something. But systems and routines are more reliable than feelings. Reliable means dependable, something you can trust. If your study plan is simple enough, you can follow it even on low-energy days.
Let us share a real-life example. Suppose a listener named Maria works in an office, studies English after work, and wants to eat more healthily. Every evening she asks herself 3 difficult questions: what should I cook, should I study grammar or speaking, and should I exercise tonight or rest? By that time, her mind is already tired. So what happens? She orders fast food, scrolls on her phone, and promises to do better tomorrow. This is often a system problem, not a character problem.
So Maria could change the system. On Sunday she could choose 3 easy dinners, prepare ingredients, and put them in the fridge. She could decide that certain days are speaking practice days and other days are vocabulary days. She could also set one realistic exercise rule, such as a 15-minute walk after dinner. Now she has fewer decisions to make at night. She is not depending only on willpower. Willpower means the mental strength to control your actions. She is creating support for herself.
There is another important idea here: perfection is not the goal. Sometimes people hear advice about routines and think they need a perfect life plan. Not at all. The goal is simply to remove a little unnecessary pressure. If you can reduce a few daily decisions, that already helps. If you can notice when your brain is tired and delay one important choice, that also helps. The adjective sustainable is useful here. Sustainable means something you can continue for a long time without too much strain.
Before we finish, let us review some vocabulary from today. Decision fatigue is mental tiredness from making many choices. Avoid means not do or stay away from. Overthink means think too much in an unhelpful way. Impulsive means acting too quickly without enough thought. Clarity means clear thinking. Routine is a regular way of doing things. Friction is small resistance that makes action harder. Reliable means dependable. Sustainable means possible to continue over time.
And here is the big message of this episode. If good decisions feel harder later in the day, it does not always mean you are lazy or undisciplined. You may simply be mentally tired. Try making important choices earlier, reducing unnecessary options, building routines, limiting multitasking, pausing before major decisions, and creating a helpful environment. Small changes can protect your attention and improve your habits. When you understand how decision fatigue works, you can be kinder to yourself and smarter with your energy.
That is our recap for today. We talked about what decision fatigue is, the signs to watch for, key vocabulary, and several practical strategies for everyday life and English study. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the English Daily Podcast and share it with a friend who is trying to build better habits. Keep listening, keep practicing, and we will see you next time.